How many times can you throw a Mechazoid at your opponent? That is the question that I posed to R&D, and I got told that there was a deck floating around Patriot Games in Sheffield that was answering this question. So I reached out to Rocco, who is the owner and creator of this deck, and it's a very interesting concept. So, Equipment Heist is one of the big cards of the format at the minute. It's being used to do some very cool and fun things with Massive Mutant Machine and as well as other cards, including Military Airship, allowing you to kind of pop off with this infinite combo. But what I want to talk about here is utilizing Equipment Heist, Mechazoid, and Kamikaze Robot to double up your attacks. Working quite well for Rocco and could be very interesting. But I just wanted to highlight this kind of fun interaction. So let's start off with our character. Garett Brett is a champion card. So Garett Brett got this for winning Worlds and has now had his likeness put into this card. This is his 6th card, by the way. If you want to know more about that, go check out my interview with him when this card dropped. But he's a 6 hand size, 27 health, evil void with 2 abilities. Form once per turn, gain 1 health, unflip 1 foundation, and enhance. Add 1 card from your rival's discard pile to their card pool. So you get to choose, so you are going to be able to put things in there that they may not want in there, or things that, and you limit them from being able to use their card pool abilities. Moving on to the foundations, Kamikaze Robot is one of the hearts of this deck. It is a 2-diff 5 control TMNT foundation with Void Attune that has form, flip, add 1 ready copy of Mechazoid from your stage to your card pool face down as a 2 damage 2 speed attack. That gets added to the attack stack and kind of immediately resolves. No check required. It just goes into you having this attack ready to go. And there's going to be no blitzes from it, so you just get to go to enhances. This is a very cool card. You're not going down a resource, but you are going up an attack. But it is costing you a Mechazoid. Luckily, you can have 8 of these in your deck. And a great way to search them out is Equipment Heist. Equipment Heist allows you to draw a card and discard a card as your first form. Enhance card pool during your turn. If you have 3 or more attacks in your card pool, search your deck or discard pile for 1 asset and build it. Yes, we can build Airship. Yes, we can build Donnie's Bowstaff. But the big one is Mechazoid. Mechazoid may be a backup with that 4 stamina, but the static ability says that it's treated as an asset. Static ability is alive no matter where they are. Remove from game, discard, hand, momentum. Those abilities are always active. It's why we've had to see some erratas to things like Eri, because the way they were worded meant that those abilities were still alive. So being able to treat this card as an asset means you can use Equipment Heist to play it. Very strong, very cool. So it's nothing amazing. You're getting a 2/2, not the end of the world, but it adds up. We've got Mechazord Onslaught. The rest of our kind of foundation base is designed to keep us alive. Designed to keep us alive and string out attacks, especially Expression of Friendship is a tenacious attack that makes our check stronger if we have a face down in our card pool, which we will have with Kamikaze Robot. Smokescreen is a great way to block because add 1 card from my hand to my card pool face down, give -4 speed, synergizing with Expression of Friendship. Float is very powerful because it lets me add the Mechazoids back to hand. Battle Dominance allows me to remove a card. So if I go Smokescreen to give -4 speed and Battle Dominance to draw a card, you get to synergize very early on. Master of Wind making attacks hit hard very quickly. And Space Terror just being able to increase damage by sacrificing foundations. This can lead into the infinite combo with Airship, but we'll get into that in a different video. The main thing you're looking at doing here is utilizing Acid Screen as your finisher, Rebuilt Forces, making sure you can build in your Mechazoids with Mechazoid Onslaught and Rebuilt Forces. Mechazoid Onslaught allowing you to search your deck for 1 copy of Mechazoid and then getting +1 damage and +1 speed for every copy of Mechazoid at your stage. This is a very good finisher as well, but it allows you to set up the Kamikaze Robot combo. Rebuilt Forces doing the kind of same thing, but from the discard. As a Blitz, you get to build in 23 or less difficulty backup from your discard. You sacrifice it at the end of the turn, but your rival's next check gets -1. It's fine because we're not going to be keeping our Mechazoids around. Cyborg Slap is a bit of a choice, but it's a 2 low for 4 with EX that also lets you discard it to get additional, that you get use your hand to discard to get +2 or -2 damage, allowing you to stay alive or increase your damage. And Acid Screen, you face down don't count towards progressive, and you get to draw cards if it has progressive, as well as the fact it has Deflect 4, which means we get to keep ourselves alive a little bit longer and can be used to protect our Mechazoids. Military Airship is a great utensil for picking up offensive and defensive pieces, and Donnie's Bowstaff is just a very solid defensive piece. I don't want to stay too much on these guys because I want to talk into the combo. Donnie's Bowstaff is an enhance that lets you pick it to your hand and has Breaker 2 and a mid block, so it can block anything. And Military Airship commits and freezes, so it doesn't ready up during your next ready phase, to allow you to pick a card from your card pool up to your hand. So the big thing that I want to talk about here is utilizing Garett Brett, Kamikaze Robot, and Mechazoids to launch a bigger string. If we play Equipment Heist into a Rebuilt Forces or a Mechazoid Onslaught, that gives us 1 attack in our card pool. Very strong, very cool. If we can play the Cyborg Slap on for cheap, or we can play multiple of these, what we're looking to do is getting to 3 attacks in our card. Ideally 2, because we can utilize it this way. So what you can do, actually even 1 attack could probably get you there. So if we go Mechazoid Onslaught to get a Mechazoid in place, looking at 2 Mechazoids, we can pop this off. So Rebuild Forces, a Mechazoid Onslaught, get a Mechazoid in play. We use Kamikaze Robot to make this a 2-3. To make this a 2-2 into our card pool. As a form, we can use Garett Brett to gain a health and then unflip Kamikaze Robot, allowing us to flip Kamikaze Robot again, putting in another Mechazoid. We then have 3 in our card pool, which means we get to build in another one. Very cool. These are very low damage, low speed attacks that people are not going to block. You're getting some kind of guaranteed damage in here, and none of those face down cards count towards Acid Screen. So you then get to follow up this 4-7 on a 6 because Equipment Heist and the face down Mechazoids don't count towards progressive, and you get to draw a card coming with 4 damage after playing 4 attacks. Coming with this 4 for 7 after playing as your 4th attack, and you get to just string out. You've essentially used 3 cards from your hand, but launched 4 attacks. The big issue, as with anything when it comes to Void, is finding the damage. Now, Garett Brett is a great survivable character that once per turn just allowing you to stuff your opponent's card pool, making their turns harder, making their progression harder, and how defensively this is built. We're here for a very long time, and that's what Void kind of loves. But I'm very excited to see how this deck progresses, how Rocco kind of advances it. I just wanted to highlight this very cool combo of utilizing Garett Brett to unflip Kamikaze Robots, allowing you to throw 2 Mechazoids at your opponent, possibly even more using Equipment Heist, and using Equipment Heist to keep refilling that Mechazoids. So allowing you to have these two additional face down cards, as long as you've got the Equipment Heist and Garett Brett to keep popping them off. It's very solid, very cool, and I'm loving seeing builds like this kind of immersion. These very cool, creative builds that we haven't seen for quite some time. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Is this the kind of deck list that you like? And I'm going to, I know I've been putting gameplay into my videos. I'm going to try and get some footage of this. But if I don't, unfortunately, there won't be any in here. But we are having some issues with the TTS table. So that's kind of dating when I recorded this. So I'll try and get some gameplay just to put in the deck profile. Have you tried Garett Brett? Do you have a list you'd like me to take a look at and try out and see if one I can improve or kind of have some feedback for, or just to make a deck profile and get it out there to the community? Let me know in the comments below. Feel free to reach out to me via DMs. And if you're not subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button. It'll keep you up to date when all my latest videos come out. As well as if you want to access all these videos early, please do go check out my membership. We've got shorts, we've got exclusive videos, exclusive shorts, exclusive first looks at videos as they come in, and you can comment and get your opinions in on my videos before anybody else. And it's also a great way to support the channel. I will catch you all at game night, where I will be playing the most popular Brett in the game, Garett Brett. I'll see you there. Bye.